Did I do it?
Yes, you definitely
should
did.
leave it there. We're live, by the way. We are live.
Yeah, those really insightful comments. Welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast, the only live streaming in-person arts and entertainment podcast covering northeastern Pennsylvania, offering a true alternative voice in local media. We're coming to you from the NEPA Scene studio underneath Center City Print in downtown Scranton. I'm Rich Howells, the founder and editor of NEPA Scene, and tonight we're here with two members of Cabinet who are bringing their annual holiday show back to the FM Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre on Sunday, December 31st with Mike Miz and the Northeast Extension. We're talking about their latest album, the Sugarhouse Sessions, ringing in the new year with the Cab Fam and much more, so please stay tuned for the full hour. We would love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. We went into the Cabinet group and we pulled some questions and comments from there as well, but we would love some more, so please throughout the show, if you want to add anything, you want to ask anything,
Keep them coming.
Yeah, just put those in and we'll get those to them. Before we dive in, just want to thank our sponsor, Center City Print, who's provided this studio space for us. So we're going to go... Center City Print can bring your ideas to life in 3 locations: Scranton, Kingston, and Hazleton. These one-stop shops are locally owned and operated, offering high-quality printed products, copy and custom print services, and design solutions to help you, your small business, your nonprofit, your band, your photography, your art project, or any venture thrive. Visit them now at centercityprint.com and use promo code NEPA Scene online or in person for 10% off. NEPA Scene is also the media sponsor of the return of the Cabinet Holiday Show, so we should be good, because it's off on the screen here. So thanks for...
We're doing good tonight.
Yeah.
Cut. Take 2.
I don't know if you know
this isn't live.
I don't know. So Jason's new to this position, so we'll educate him a bit. The producer doesn't actually talk at all during the show. At all. No, does not talk.
Talked a lot.
The microphones are over here, and they're aimed this way at the guests. They're the ones that talk. Yeah, you don't say anything unless if you would like to buy your own microphone and set it up over there.
There you go.
Then
you gotta pay.
Things are heating up down here.
Yeah, we're off to the races.
So let's start with introducing yourselves and what position you are in the band.
I'm JP Biondo. I play midfielder. I play mandolin and guitar in Cabinet.
I'm Mickey Coviello. I'm head brewer at Lion's Head. I'm responsible for the Lion's Head Ice.
Mm-hmm.
No, I play guitar and sing sometimes to back this guy up.
Sings like a little baby angel.
A baby angel.
Christmas baby angel.
I'm growing. I'm growing my wings.
So the band originally formed in 2006 and has really just kind of kept growing over the years. How did you guys end up forming the band? Let's talk about that early time for you guys.
Yeah, so JP and I started after I graduated high school. The summer I graduated high school, we started hanging out more. I mean, we grew up together and played Little League and all that stuff together. So we started hanging out and just riding around listening to music and with our instruments and stopping at the park in Moscow and just like jamming and creating music. And he had heard about an open mic through Charles Havira, right? Mm-hmm. Down at the River Street Jazz Cafe in Wilkes-Barre. So we went down there on a Wednesday night. I think I was 18, you were 19. Mm-hmm. It turned out they weren't having the open mic that night, but that's when we met Tom Moran, who invited us in, and we just we're like, okay, yeah, we'll come and stay. But then we ended up going back the next week for the actual open mic. Started doing the open mics. They kept asking us to come back for the best of that they had at the end of the months. And that's where we met Dylan.
That's where we met everybody there.
Yeah.
Besides Jamie, pretty much,
Yeah. Dylan was doing sound for the open mics, and he would just hop up and play bass with anybody that wanted. So he came up, and then after probably a couple months, or I don't even know how long it was, he was like, "Hey man, my buddy, wants to play fiddle. Can you come?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, cool, come." And then at some point, your cousin Pappy.
Pap was there before any of the three of us were playing. I feel like like up and doing the attic jams. And
Right.
stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my timelines aren't the best.
You're getting old. You're getting older, Mickey.
Don't remind me.
Either way, we all kind of met each other pretty organically, or just knew each other for a while. Like Pap and I grew up together. Mickey and I grew up together.
Yeah.
Always had a separate relationship with Pap than I did with Mickey, but it was nice. We all came together in our late teens there, and then just started playing music, and it all just kind of fell into place. And then it was 2007 or 8 all of a sudden, and then we were like, oh, cool, we got a band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and our original drummer, James Naylor,
That's right.
would come and jam with us at the Jazz Cafe, and then of course Jamie Novak showed up one night because he plays with everybody. And he just never left. We can never get rid of him.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Love you, Jamie. So yeah, like JP said, it all just kind of happened organically. We never really set out to do a certain thing. It was all just like, we're doing this thing, and it happened.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, you guys have spent a good chunk of your lives as part of Cabinet in one form or another. I mean, half your lives really in some cases. So, what has that been like? How do you think it's maybe changed the trajectory of where your life went?
Oh boy, that's a deep question.
Well,
I don't know. Like
That's what these are for.
Right. Cheers. I was supposed to go to college, and that didn't happen because I wanted to play music with JP. Him and I started.
We both dabbled in college for a little while, didn't we? And then
we did.
And then it was just like, no, let's go to
let's just
somewhere in Louisiana and play with this band instead.
Right.
That's when I stopped going to school.
Yeah.
It was that show.
It was, I don't know. It wasn't like a calling. It was just like a feeling. It was like, oh, this feels great. I want to do this all the time. So.
Well, speak for yourself. It was a calling for me.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean like a higher calling or anything, but more
me,
like.
Me neither. But I know what you mean too.
Yeah.
But no, I was just like, I know this is what, for a while when I was a kid, I thought I was going to be a professional soccer player for a little while. And I thought I was going to be an actor.
Right.
And then this and that, and then got a guitar, and I was like, that's it. Of course, that's it. I love music. I already know I love it.
Right.
That's what I want to do. And then when the band actually formed, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. As far as the trajectory of my life goes, I wouldn't take back a single second of anything that's ever happened with myself personally with the band.
Yeah.
It's all been just great.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. And I've messed up a lot, but also have gotten to share some really great moments with these guys that I love a lot, and get to play music with them. And probably could have done 100,000 other different things, and maybe been more successful or less successful, who knows? But I no regrets for sure, and I'm happy with where the trajectory has landed us here.
Yeah. I never set out to play music professionally or anything. I learned guitar when I was young, and then played it a bunch, and then in high school I didn't really play guitar that much. I played sports and other things, and it wasn't until after high school that JP and I started hanging out. It was like, oh, we can kind of do this and take this a little more seriously, and let's try it. But yeah, I mean, every once in a while I think back and what if I just stayed in college, or what if I, you always think about
all
that.
All of us have all thought those things, I'm sure.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, I guess I made the right decisions. Or like Pappy says, you have no choice but to live with your choices.
That's it.
So
can you ever really know?
That's it.
Yeah. And the sound of the band has changed over time too, has kind of grown. It was funny because one of the things I like to do for these is go back and listen to old interviews, podcasts or whatever that the band's done in the past there, and I found a really early one of you guys, and Pappy had said something to the effect of how Sublime was an early influence for him.
Oh yeah.
So but then you look at where the band is now, and you're like, I don't know if I even hear. They couldn't be further apart.
Yeah.
In terms of influences and things like that. I think he might have said you guys even covered them at one early on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like to think of that, and then to go to where you guys are now. Are you happy with the way things have developed and changed over time, and where you guys ended up?
Yeah, and again, I think it just happened organically, because Cabinet has always been very unique in the fact that we are a direct representation of every single person's musical background and history and interests. Like in one way or another. Yeah. And that definitely comes through the music. I mean, definitely live.
Yeah, and those things change over time.
Exactly.
As well.
Totally. So yeah, I think it's just been natural of whatever somebody's into at the time, or it just comes through in the writing and in what we do live.
It's almost like you kind of don't even have a choice where it's going after a certain point. Like you're just like, oh, like you're I've felt like strangely subjected to like having to just like roll with like the direction and the music that has gone on, even when I'm like writing the songs, because like I write the song and sit in my living room on a couch, right? And I have this idea of it, and then I'm sitting in a room with the whole band and we're all plugged in, and then all of a sudden it's morphs into this whole different like crazy thing. Like I'm trying to write a country song, and then all of a sudden it's a reggae song, and I'm like, wait, but I've learned to just like just be okay and comfortable with that, because like these guys are like, when they're back in one of my songs, I know they're gonna make it sound good. It's gonna be great, whatever comes out of it.
Yeah.
And so it took me a little bit actually to get comfortable with that, but once I did, I was like, oh yeah, of course, I just let this go, let this music like come out, and like it's gonna be awesome if I put it into Cabinet.
We call that cabinetizing.
Yes.
Like if you bring a song to Cabinet,
you better not expect it to stay anything like you thought it was.
It's gonna get wrangled and messed around, and it's gonna come out not how you expect it.
Yeah, or it's gonna get punched in the face and left on the doorstep.
Yes.
that happens too,
Right. But that's part of the fun of it, I guess. That's just part of the whole thing. Yeah.
And you guys have had the name Cabinet like right from the beginning there, which usually
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, it's the worst band name.
It's a terrible band name.
Who's guilty for that one?
Well,
Mickey is.
Well, not fully.
See how many times he said "well" right there? Like he's got to defend himself.
It actually came from you.
No.
So the original name of the band was Cabinet Wax.
Okay.
Remember, our MySpace handle was myspace.com/Cabinet Wax.
Yes.
Because when you were working in your parents' restaurant in Delhi, the wax paper was called Cabinet Wax, K-A-B, right? N-E-T,
yes.
Cabinet Wax. But we decided.
I just feel like your timeline is off, but
is
I'm
it really?
Still listening.
Well, of course. I mean, I already said my timeline is terrible. What is time? So I thought we just made it Cabinet Wax, like an actual cabinet. And then at some point we just dropped the wax. What is your recollection?
My recollection is going to one of said open mics you were talking about earlier, and it was just you and me.
Yeah.
At that point, and I was like, Mick, what are we JP and Mickey and JP, or like?
Well, because that's what we did for a while. We were just
ourselves?
JP and Mickey, like.
No, it was it was the first time we played an open mic, and you were like, let's be Cabinet, and I was like, all right, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Let's go with that.
No,
for sure.
No, that's not how it happened.
He's not having
That's
it.
not how it happened. We were JP and Mickey for the longest time.
I love that we can disagree on this.
I remember writing us down and signing us up for the open mic
as Cabinet.
as JP and Mickey.
Cabinet. I totally agree with you.
And then you were like, dude, I think Cabinet. No, because
okay, we don't know where it came from.
Fair.
We have like a vague idea of where maybe it came from.
Yeah.
But And there's a lot of factors. There's no way to know for sure now.
I guess that's the best way.
But the name has worked for us, I suppose. It seems funny. The longer the band goes on, the funnier the name seems to me. But it's just a word. It doesn't have any great meaning or anything like that.
Right.
And it strangely just fits. Yeah. That's all I can say for that, I guess.
Yeah. How you getting the show? Oh, we're cabbing it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we're gonna get in a cab.
Right.
We're cabbing it down there. We're cabbing it down to Wilkes-Barre.
So in 17 years, which I'm sure is weird to hear out loud, I'm sure that you've kind of had some ups and downs as a band. Let's talk about maybe some career highlights first. What are maybe some special moments you have personally? Maybe the creation of a certain song or a memorable show, or what kind of sticks out to you as like a major highlight of being in Cabinet?
I got mine. But
I've got a couple. I mean, doing South by Southwest was a lot of fun. I mean, I never thought in a million years we'd go down and play South by Southwest. That was cool in so many ways. Like, I think for me, it was like a realization how small the music world is. Just because, I got to stand outside and see like one of my favorite bands play. Like, it was the Mars Volta. They weren't playing as the Mars Volta at the time. And then a couple days later, the one guy from the Mars Volta's brothers...
There was no doubt that you were...
Yeah, very funny. Yeah. So the guy in the Mars Volta's brothers band was playing down the street, who was friends with Jay Hudak.
Yeah.
So like he was like, "Oh man, my friends are playing down the street." Blah blah. I was like, "Oh, who's it?" He's like, "Zex Marquise." I was like, "What? Zex Marquise?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, we're going." And then like we ended up helping them load out, and then like we all smoked a blunt together, and I was just like, "What is it? What is what?"
Well, Jay was playing with an Albatross.
And exactly. Yeah. So that was big for me. And then Outlaw Music Fest was great, playing like the same bill as Neil Young and Sheryl Crow and Willie, and yeah, that was cool. And Peach Fest, obviously.
Yeah. There is. This is just like a simple thing, but like we did our first like big. We had done a bunch of tours already by this time, but we did like a big long tour, and we went all the way out to California, and we played the High Sierra Music Festival out there, and that one was awesome. That one always stuck with me. Like I remember so many like little moments about that tour and that run, like being in the van with the guys, or just like being out in the desert out there and looking out at the stars, and while riding along to the next show and stuff. But that, like, I just really felt like we were doing it, at that point. I was like, yes, I'm with my boys, and we're from Pennsylvania. We're out in California playing this awesome big festival, and then some like silly little wineries on the way out, and then hitting Colorado and some other stuff. But that one was cool. But the best, but my most favorite Cabinet moment ever was when we played at Peach Fest, for sure. We were playing on the Mushroom stage. I think it was a Thursday night show or something like that, but it was like just like an enormously large crowd, and like just the vibe was there. It just felt good. All our friends were there. Yeah. And just I remember being on stage at that moment too. And I rarely ever like think about like life stuff when I'm on stage. I'm just like throwing it down and having fun and playing the music. But that night I was like, yes. I was like, my life is awesome right now. I'm on stage playing to like 10,000 people right now.
Yeah.
Like, and that was real. For that reality to set in was really cool.
Well, and I think my oldest sister was there, and my niece and nephew, who were little at the time, and that was their first time seeing me on stage play.
Oh, wow.
So that was like, that was huge for me too. That was great.
Yeah. Of course, there's a million other little moments, I'm sure, but
Sure.
Highlights.
So, on the other side of that, obviously, you have your ups, you have your downs. What was maybe a difficult time for you in the band or in general that you had to get through, or, just a time where maybe you thought, you know what, I don't think this is going to work anymore, or the band might break up, or, have you guys had those moments?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think most of our moments are those kind of moments. At least lately. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to pass on that one because there are a lot of, but it's just personal stuff, it's just life stuff, and dealing with other people and working with other people and creating an art and sharing it in front of other people as well, to other fans and stuff. It's
Sure.
it can be strange and stressful and hard on like every aspect of your life too, and really start to like tear your life apart a little bit if you don't reel it in correctly. And you know, and I like still to this day like deal with some of those issues and problems, but that's just part of doing it, being a musician, being an artist.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I think the rule is that bands break up. Like the exception to the rule is bands staying together, you know.
Right.
Like, that's just how it seems, because it's very difficult. It's like you're in this strange relationship with several other people while also having a life separate from that, or trying to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, which we all do.
yeah, it's basically like a marriage. You're like married to this group of people, and then them individually at the same time.
And then you're married to your person at home and
Right.
your family.
Exactly. It's
Yeah, and it's so bizarre too, because like some nights, like you finish a show, you know, especially if you're out on a tour or a run or something, you finish a show and you're like, we are hanging on by a thread here, and like I just want to go home. I don't even know what I'm doing with these people right now. And then the next night you play the best show of your life, and you're like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in the universe. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just ugh.
It is. There's so up and down and extreme.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
But that kind of makes it awesome too, in a strange, messed up way. Yeah.
So in that time, you know, from my perspective, and I think a lot of others in the local music scene, you guys have kind of really built yourself a unique space where you seem to be able to kind of pick up and do shows, you know, when and where you can, and share stages with these big names, headline a lot of big shows and festivals throughout the year, and still, you know, bring in these big crowds and sell out venues and stuff, things that a lot of other local bands, you know, would kill for. You know, how do you guys think you got to that point, or that you were able to build that?
Oh, there's still a lot of factors involved in that, I think. You know, I stand behind our songs and our music and our musical ability for sure in the band. You know, that's speaking for all the guys, like, collectively. We're good at what we do. We're maybe not the best in the world, but we're good at it. But, you know, also we aligned ourselves with some of the right people along the way as well too, and that was definitely very helpful to us for sure. You know, the more friends you make, you know, the easier everything becomes. You know, but also we did the grind. We just there were years when we were doing like almost 200 shows a year. Wow. You know. And that'll get you divorced real quick. You know?
For sure.
But if you're doing that too, your name is just so out there, and so, like, just always hitting it. We were going all around the country in those days, and that was like, that was incredibly helpful. Too.
Yeah, we put in the work.
Yeah.
For a while there.
It's hard work. You got to work hard. And that's the thing. There's a lot of bands that are from around here too that are hard workers, and they're awesome and should probably be more well known, you know. But sometimes you just get a little bit lucky too, you know. And maybe we got a little lucky as well.
Sure.
What are maybe some of the changes that you've seen in the local scene at the time? I mean, really, a lot of bands have come and gone, venues have come and gone. You know, are we hitting is it better or worse, or, you know, how you guys, you know, see it from, you know, when you started till now?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't be the best judge. I mean, I don't live around here anymore, but just as far as the local scene in general, I don't know. It seems like there's still people that are involved and interested in like the local scenes and DIY kind of thing, but I'm sure COVID obviously had a great impact on that.
Sure, yeah.
But now that things are starting to come back, like, it's probably a little more difficult. I'm sure like the more established artists have obviously an easier time getting people to go to their shows. Yeah, I don't know. Have you noticed anything like around here?
My initial reaction to that question is to say like it's worse, but I don't think that's right necessarily. I remember like when we were, you know, in our early 20s or something like that. the scene that was here in Scranton, I thought that was the best scene ever, but it was because it was everything that I wanted in a music scene.
Yeah.
Right now, there's different scenes that I'm just not even involved in that are doing really well, and like I see them everywhere once in a while out at some of the places I'll go hit up to see live music, but it's just not my stuff. I'm not I'm not immersing myself in it. So who am I to say that it's worse? Because it's not. The music is happening and there's good music going on.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to top like the Swims and the Money Notes. Like
I know. Those days, like 2010.
Mike Quinn
was like the best
on.
for me, for sure. But that's my personal thing.
Yeah.
For sure, and I'm sure Jason, who is I'm sure dying to talk, can attest. There was just
I got yelled at.
You shut your mouth over there.
Buying my own mic this week.
Eat your lemon pie.
Eat your lemon pie.
It's gone.
It wasn't an invitation to talk, Jason. Get out of here.
There was a certain vibe and a certain sound that kind of went through and all these bands really worked together on a lot of the same bills and festivals and shows and things like that really just organically really came together. It was, I think, a very special time in the scene.
Like remember those shows at Nayog?
I'm not gonna lie.
Like we did the Nayog stuff
live
and just
in the
like
park,
live in the park and the what was the name of the place
Party at
across
the park.
the bog? The art
Test pattern.
Test pattern. Come on,
yeah.
those basement shows were awesome.
Right?
Every second I thought it might burn right down.
Right? But it didn't.
Yeah, every time you walk down those steps, you're like, I might die tonight.
Yeah, I might not make it out alive.
Yep.
Especially if the Swims were
I
playing.
don't know if the fire code is working in my favor tonight. Yeah, those were the good days, though. Like, these are good days too. But those days when like everybody was like all of our peers, we were all like in similar age range. We were all here and really just like ingesting every little piece of music from each other.
Totally.
We would get, like,
we were all hungry. We were like, feeding off of each other, and
there were a bunch of bands. There were like so many of us.
Oh, yeah.
And like we were all different from each other, but all in the same sort of. We can all be on a festival lineup together,
right?
And it would work out. And some of us have.
Yeah.
But
some good times.
Yeah.
You guys have
Pouring
built
out for 2010.
Yeah.
right. You get right in the bucket there. Not on the cart.
Yeah, make sure you get it in the bucket.
By the way, this couch is very slippery.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Trying to. You've fallen down.
Adjust yourself as needed.
Yeah, sorry. Just
remember, shoulders back, perfect posture.
thought that was pertinent information. There we go. All right, we're reset. We're good.
Okay. All right, take 3.
Yeah, come
Ready?
back from commercial. Wait, has it been live the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys have built quite the catalog of songs at this point. What songs do you think you personally are essential to a cabinet show?
Wow.
There are some like the older staples that are pretty essential, like if from our fans' perspective, I would say for sure.
Right.
I'm not one of them.
Because
so
there's the
But
fans and then
You're
what
not a
you
fan of
guys
our music?
No, just not of the people in the band. No, of course.
Well, I'm partial to the ones that I was involved with writing, obviously.
Of course.
Like, Eleanor and Dirt, which we don't really play Dirt anymore.
I know. I'll revisit that one
Yeah.
in 4 years.
And like, stuff that Pappy wrote are staples, like Old Farmer's Mill.
That was like one of the first ones that came to mind. Is like Old Farmer's Mill. People love that song. It's just recognizable to our Cab fam peeps
And The Tower that you
And
wrote.
The Tower, yeah,
obviously,
like
that's a
like
staple. The Dove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We didn't write that one.
I know.
but what one of Pap's newer ones from the last couple of years is Silver Sun.
Yeah.
That one's become a staple as well in the set list. But yeah, for me, it's those older songs like off of our first album.
So you guys want to get into, speaking of Silver Sun, we'll get into the latest album?
Sure.
So we have a segment on the show that we call the Breakdown, where we go track by track. I know.
Let's call it the Susquehanna Breakdown.
Can we call it the
Susquehanna Breakdown for this one?
For this one, yes. As long as you give us permission, you're not going to sue later. Right?
Well, we probably don't even own the rights to it anyway.
Let's call it the Lackawanna Breakdown.
There we go.
That works.
I think everybody's safe that way. The Lackawaxen Breakdown.
So we go track by track on your latest release, and you could kind of tell us the inspiration or the stories behind each song, whatever you want to talk about. If you want to say this was, directly inspired by this, or this tells a story in the lyrics, or maybe there's just a funny, behind the scenes sort of thing you want to talk about. However you want to go about it. The Sugarhouse Sessions is the latest album.
It would be helpful to have
Pat wrote most of them, so
yeah.
we'll speak for him.
Yes.
I'll put the here. There's his face up on the screen.
All
With
right.
all your faces. There's
Can we do like
the
a
album
deep fake?
cover.
Yeah, deep
Just make his
fake
mouth
Mickey
move.
is Pat.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
So Sugarhouse Sessions was released in March of 2022. This year, you released a compilation demo recordings of those songs. So let's get into them. Right off the bat, of course, we have Silver Sun.
So Pat wrote that one.
Again, yeah, that's gonna be the first 7 tracks are gonna be. So Pappy
I have
wrote this.
no idea what it's about. It's really cool.
Yeah,
It's
I think
fun to play.
that song. Well, in my opinion, so we can't speak for Pap. He would have something different to say than me or Mick. But I feel like that song. It's kind of, he plays with a lot of imagery, which I don't think he's really ever done a lot in any songs he's written before.
Okay.
Which I always when I first heard it, I was like, oh, you're kind of painting a picture here, bud. I like this, and it's not necessarily saying something big, or maybe it is, to him. I'm not sure, but it's just, it makes you feel good. It's got a great groove to it, and it's like I said, I like the imagery and the picture painting in it. I just think it's one of the best tunes he ever wrote, so I kind of always gush over that one a little bit to him, when he's feeling low. I'm like, hey man, you wrote a cool song, remember that?
just the
Hey,
one.
you wrote a cool song.
You did one, finally. You stopped writing bluegrass. That's not true. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about that song. Really, it's tough because, like I said, Pat wrote it.
That's all right. We'll keep rolling on. We got Cards is up next.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mick.
Pat wrote that one. I think I might know what it's about. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, but yeah, can we call him?
Just put him on speaker right here, right in front
It
of the
seems
mic.
like it's a song about relationships for sure,
Yeah.
and how he's trying to relate to whoever he's talking about in the song. It would be easy to think it's his wife, or something, but it could be anyone.
Yeah.
And definitely a heavy relationship song, just talking about hey, I want to communicate with you and get down to the business. My cards are on the table. Let's talk about them.
Another fun one to play live.
Very fun. I love playing that one live. Actually, I wrote the cool little riff for that song. Just saying.
Which one?
The simplest riff in the world.
That's the hook, man.
That's what they call me.
The hook man.
No, that one's super fun, and it has become a staple as well. But yeah, another relationship song, classic, but getting more into hey, let's talk to each other, I think is the idea of that tune.
Next up is Molotov Cocktail Blues.
That one Pat wrote. Fun to play live.
Yeah.
I think it's about drinking, or
I think it's about being angry, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's definitely about drinking. It's so funny because a Molotov cocktail is, we all know what a Molotov cocktail is.
Sure.
But
yeah, it's probably about being angry. I think there's some lines about like the news and what's on TV and right.
Burning stuff down.
Burning,
I don't know. You're the one who wrote it.
No, don't look at me. Yeah, I think it's.
I think it's just like a song of unrest, really.
Yeah.
Just being like a little bit angry.
Might be a little like commentary on things that were happening in 2020, 2021, 2022 maybe.
Yeah. It could have just been
Politically,
frustration,
world, yeah.
or whatever.
That's the thing. Yeah, I guess it could be about anything.
But that one's good too. It's like a little bit raunchy, like funky blues, and just
Yeah.
definitely an easy one to dance to, and a fun one to play. I like playing that one.
And we have Universe.
Who wrote that one?
Gee, I can't remember.
Wait, did I? Oh no,
Did I?
Pappy wrote that one. Yep.
But I do know who that one's about.
Yeah, go ahead.
That one's about Guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
Guy Fieri?
No. What was Guy's last
Strangely
name?
enough, I'm not sure.
I only knew him as Guy. He was a gentleman who used to come to our shows when we played at the River Street Jazz Cafe, and he would have the best time, and you could tell.
Yeah, like no pun intended. He was a great guy.
He was a super guy, super
He was
nice.
so
just-
nice. He would always he would come. I remember he used to this guy. He used to come with like books to our shows and just be like, "Hey, I feel like I've been seeing you guys for a while. Mickey, you should read this, or Pappy, read this, or JP." And like he would give us these like cool books. Yeah.
And he'd have the coolest hats, and he
Always the
had
coolest hats.
the best dance moves of anybody. Like
Best
he was
dance
just in his own universe.
Mhm.
Like he would just dance, and the way he moved, it was awesome. He was great. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Pat wrote that about.
Yeah, he
for
was
him.
just kind of he was a very positive presence, especially in our younger days. And he was just always there when we played.
Yeah.
Just seemed like. And, but he passed away. And so Pap was kind of close with him, or closer than the rest of us were for sure. And he just felt inspired to, write a little song about his buddy that we lost, and told us a lot of cool, funny stories, and he was just a good guy.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Out of Here.
Who wrote that one?
We can do this all night.
I know.
This is another Pappy tune. And I believe this is just like he just like felt inspired one day like to write a story, a fictional story, and it's just like, I'm out of here, I'm done with this, I'm sick and tired. It's funny because it's got this sound to it that sounds like happy and fun, but it's really like,
Yeah, it's like that hokey,
But it's
fun
really like-
sound. But
it's like I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Good tune.
yeah.
We got Wheels.
Yep.
I think Jamie Novak wrote that one.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Pat wrote that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's about.
That one was inspired by another Cabinet fan, actually, our buddy Woodstock. There's like an intro to that song where you hear like a voicemail in the beginning of the song on the record, and that's Woodstock there. And at one point he said to Pap in passing, like, "Hey, keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down." I'm not even sure what that means.
We'll never know.
Sounds like excellent advice either way.
It turned out to be like a pretty good chorus. So it's just about like keeping the wheels turning, keep them moving. That's the idea of that one.
Fun to play live.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's in D. I know that.
We have down the line, which is down the line, not the line.
Down the line, up the line, down the line.
We were up the line today.
We were a little further up the line.
Up the Einen.
We're not in
Einen anymore. We're not in Einen anymore.
We're not in Einen anymore.
No.
But JP, you wrote that one,
I
right?
did, finally. And this song's funny. Song is just, this is another fictional song. It's just like, whatever. It's really about how like Dylan used to steal all my girlfriends from me. Is what the song's about. You know, they like I get.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I'd get a nice girl. And we'd be hanging out and having a good time, and then all of a sudden the mysterious bass player would just stroll in and she would go down the line, you know, down to Kingston or Wilkes-Barre. Didn't want to be in Scranton anymore. That's the story of that one.
Sounds about right.
The ever elusive down the line.
Yeah, it is elusive. You'll never hear it live.
Not fun to play live.
Not fun to play live. We tried. We rehearsed it. I think we
It
tried
is
to
fun
play
to
it.
play. It's just not gonna happen.
I think we did try once or twice, but yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, we're just gonna send that one down the line.
Next up, I have I talked to my friends. And this one is definitely a touching one. I think a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was a standout track for a lot of people. I think.
Yeah. I like that one a lot. It's funny. This was one of the songs I wrote that just kind of like, it just like hit me, and then it all just poured out onto the pages. Like within like 10 or 15 minutes, it was like pretty much done. You know, which rarely ever happens for me, at least. But it was one of those. And it was about my friend Brian Craig, you know. But you know, I took a lot of emotion from a lot of friends that have passed away as well into it. But it was mostly about the Bry guy, the legend, and just how I go and visit him every once in a while. Pour out a little Miller Lite for him at his grave, and just talk to him for a little bit. And just, it's tough when you lose a friend, that you love, and you just want to talk to again just for a second, or just hear their voice even, or just I would give anything to have Brian even be mad at me and yell at me right now, like I would, like go ahead, smash a chair over my back, I don't care, as long as you're here. But it's just about that and how it's tough and it sucks, when your friends, your family die, and it's just sad. That's it. Plain and simple.
We have Deep River Blues up next.
So that is an interpretation.
Yes, it is.
Of an old song.
Yeah, I like to think that's a Doc Watson song, but I'm not sure if it's older than...
Is it like more traditional? I don't know if there's an actual writer. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I know it through Doc Watson.
Yeah.
That's just a great, good old like folky bluegrass number.
But we did our own wild version and interpretation of it.
We kind of slowed it down a little bit and made it a little more like creepy and swampy, as we do sometimes to songs.
I'm sure we'll get sued soon.
Not soon enough.
Take all this money we don't have.
Yeah, but no, that one's fun. That's a good one. And I'm happy that made it onto the album too. It's always nice to throw a little cover song on there, an older tune.
Fun to play live.
Yes, very fun to play live. And sometimes we let it bop a little bit more, and sometimes we really swamp it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for you, Brendan.
All Greek to me. This one's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, it's a little cheeky or something, or
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's I love country music, country songs, country artists, and that one I just had the hankering, if I do say so myself. That dog, I was like, this dog can hunt. This dog gonna hunt. I write this one, this dog gonna hunt.
Don't ever say that again.
No, but it's funny. That's one like we never really play live either. It's not like, I mean, on the album, I think it's just me and Pappy playing on it, right?
Yeah.
2 guitars and a vocal, and it's just a fun little story of like a southern, United States cowboy who flies to Greece and ends up in some funny situations where he doesn't know the language well, and everybody thinks he's like a weirdo or a wacko, and he tries to learn how to speak Greek, and and still at the end of the day, you know, even when he's trying to communicate, it was all sounded Greek to him. You know? But he falls in love pretty much at the end of the story, or kind of does. It's a little open ended, but just another tall tale, you know.
And we got one more is Stow Me Away.
Yes.
You wrote that one, right?
Me and Pap wrote this one together, and I love this one. I love the recording of it. We had Amy Helm come and record some vocals with us. She actually recorded on another song or two as well. Did some vocals,
and cards and stuff.
Yeah. But and it was great to have her, and we had such a great time with her in the studio. But this one, again, just another fictional story made up, you know, but brought out some real emotions that Pap and I are definitely having or have had or whatever, and we just kind of applied it to this song, like, you know, hey, I love you, you know, don't put me on the shelf, you know, put me up on the mantle somewhere, let me shine a little bit in your life, you know, kind of idea. And it's a little sad, but having Amy in there with us really brought to life the choruses of those songs, and just like I love Amy Helm so much. She's like family. Like that's how I feel about her. I don't even know her like incredibly well, but like I'm happy to call her Aunt Amy, you know, her cousin Amy, you know. She's just such a sweetheart. She's the best. Yeah, just another kind of sappy country love song. But it works. We don't play that one very often, really ever either, too. But every once in a while, a rare once in a while, it'll peek out there.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the whole album.
That's the Lackawanna breakdown right there.
Lackawax and breakdown's over. Finally, I was about to have a heart attack.
We made it.
I'm freaking out over here, man.
Thanks, Pappy.
Yeah, I might have to have a line set ice.
Well, sorry, I got the last one.
Well, we weren't sure if we are going to have Pappy on tonight or not, so we wanted to have a little bit for
yeah,
everybody.
cool. Yeah, I wish we had him here for some of those questions, because it would have been a little more insightful, but we tried our best. We did what we could.
That's right.
Shall we get some of those viewer questions in?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. You know, we were just talking about the music you put out, and now people want more music. When can we expect new music? Asks Melissa and Robert.
As soon or as late as like 3 to 5 years.
No, we're hoping to start working on new music after this year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
how that
and
goes.
there's already some songs in the bank for sure between Pap and I and Mick as well, but nothing we have really had the time to be able to share and play with each other at the moment. But yeah.
But we have plans.
Yes.
To do that.
Yeah, within another year. Would be safe to maybe expect it within another year.
Yeah.
Jeremy asks, which one pulled the most ladies in high school?
I don't think any of us pulled ladies in high school. We're all, I was a...
That's why you started a band, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I was never pulling on ladies. I just wanted to date them. The hell kind of question is that?
I would say probably Jamie. What?
It had to have been Dylan.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think we all did just fine enough for ourselves, and that was good enough, and we were all happy with that.
All right, Benjamin wants to know, what was your favorite show that you played this year, and why was it Levon's?
It was Levon's.
It was Levon's for obvious reasons. Yeah, that place was special. It's got the vibe. It's got everything.
Yeah, the people there and the family there, they were so nice and welcomed us in. And at the end of the night, too, they were like, they told us we were part of their family, too, and stuff. And that, just like, to hear that, you know.
Right,
yeah.
From
the
somebody
house.
like him.
Yeah.
That was, it was everything you could ever want or ask for in a show like that. You know, it was,
It really was. It was cool because we got in there and we sound checked and like set up and sound checked and all that stuff, and sat down, had our dinner, wrote our set lists, got our stage clothes on, got ready to go, all that stuff. And you could feel the vibe. The vibe was already there. And that those shows, or that show was sold out too. Doesn't take a lot to sell that place out, but
Well,
still,
don't sell ourselves short here, okay?
no, we want to sell ourselves out. But it was nice knowing that, like going into the show, that it was gonna be a nice, big, packed, full house.
Yeah.
And I was feeling the vibe. But once we got up there, after our buddy Ferd played before us there, and he was great. He was doing a whole run with us at that time. Ferd, Ferd.
Ferd, look him up.
Yeah.
Buy all his music and his merchandise,
Yeah,
please.
he's awesome. We got on the stage and started playing. We opened with Silver Sun at that show, I'm pretty sure. And I remember this emotion welling up, all of a sudden. And I was like, holy crap, am I going to cry on stage? Is this going to happen?
It was surreal.
I was feeling Levon.
Yeah.
Like, I was feeling it. It was special. And, I mean, we had some of our, very best fans and a lot of our family there, too. So it was just kind of easy to get, emotional quickly right off the bat. But being in that magical, awesome barn, too, is just,
Yeah.
it was turned all the way up,
Yeah.
all the good stuff, and it was it was hard for me for the first couple of songs to relax, and just to be like, this is what I do. It's okay. Just play music. After those I did, but that first song I was like, yeah, I almost kind of got real emotional, lost it a little bit, but held it together.
You did just fine.
That was the best one. Yes, great question. Thank you.
Jessica says, will there be a Cabinet Summer Festival, a Get Down, something new?
We're undecided right now.
Yeah. It's in the works. Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts going on right now. We don't have to divulge everything completely here, all about that, but wouldn't mind if there was.
If it's the right.
If it's right for all of us.
Yes.
And it makes sense. But we hope so, Jessica.
Benjamin wants to know, what impromptu cover tunes has the band done on a whim? I think he mentioned something about how he was at a show, and was after Lemmy had passed, and somebody played maybe 2 seconds of Ace of Spades or something that. So maybe one of those types of things, or something that.
Well, I think we did Tom Petty Running Down a Dream somewhere, didn't we? Or I know we did it at the Beth Memorial.
Yeah, well, we played that Ralphie gig too.
Oh yeah,
with a whole bunch of them.
yeah, we did.
But that wasn't on a whim. Usually, if we're doing if it's gonna be an easy song, if we're doing it just right there on the spot, it's gonna be something bluegrassy or country, probably, that Pappy just really wants to do.
Yeah,
that's usually the case, or a Sublime song. Either way, we're not throwing Mars Volta songs at each other, live and trying to pull it up. But we do like to Mick throws some nice little teases in every once in a while in some of his solos.
Yes, if you listen closely.
Yeah, there was a 2-week period where we would play Silver Sun, and you were throwing a
Jessica.
He was throwing that in this a little bit, a little tease.
Oh yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I kept daring him to do it, and he was like, "No, I'm bored and tired with that. I want something else. I want something."
It lost
new.
the flavor.
It did. Yeah. It did. Yeah. So little teases like that.
Yeah.
James says, come back to the Purple Fiddle or my house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, James, we love the Purple Fiddle.
Fiddle, man. Yeah, we haven't been there in a while.
We haven't been there since New Year's Eve, 6 or 7 years ago or something like that.
That's another awesome spot.
It is.
In the middle of nowhere.
How about Mickey and I come down there and play a duo show?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
That's a fair trade, I think.
Yeah.
Hope asks, what's in Santa's sack? Take that as you will.
Well, Hope, you'll have to ask Pappy.
The response is, "What's in Ralphie's sack?"
Shoot your eye out, kid.
You'll shoot your eye.
I don't know. Maybe there's a new Mando in Santa's sack. We'll see.
Ah, okay. Arlen says, "What is the preferred way to cook an egg?" These are getting interesting.
You know what? Okay, so, man, I want to poach an egg so bad, like poach the perfect egg.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I mean, I know I can probably if I try harder, but I haven't been able to do it yet, and I really want to poach the perfect egg. It's something I want in life. Don't laugh at me. Jay, come on. You don't want to poach an egg? I want to poach
an egg.
I want to poach like a beautiful like egg.
Well, that's your
and it's
nickname
just, like,
too, poach.
Golden, like you
It
cut
is.
it open and it just drips out golden deliciousness.
One of your many.
Yes, it is.
You know what, Arlen?
But I like. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say the best way to cook an egg is naked in the rain, running across a baseball field at Delfest. That's the best way to cook an egg. That's all.
That is a great way to cook an egg.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I rock sunny side up. I almost always do sunny side up.
I do over easy.
Okay.
Is that the same? No, it's not the same.
No, you're flipping.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this one means. Nate said, "What's with the nickels?" I don't know what that means.
Oh God.
Well, there's not enough of them right now.
Next question.
We need more nickels, Nate.
Yeah, please throw them at our instruments.
Just another nickel for the jukebox. That's all.
Brennan's got a good question. Can you ask some of their favorite up and coming new artists what names to maybe keep an eye out on in the next year? It's from Brendan Smith, who I believe is also a local musician.
Yes, he is. Yes, Brendan Michael Smith. That's my cousin. Actually, Brendan is making a CD right now, and he's doing he's raising some money for it.
He's got a Kickstarter.
Yeah, if he's got a Kickstarter going. So anybody listening or tuning in want to help? Brendan's my cousin. You want to help him fund his album? He would greatly appreciate that.
Tell
I'm
the kids
sure.
what a CD is.
What's that?
Tell the kids what a CD is.
What is a CD?
It's a compact disc. No, but Brendan's got some good music going on. I'm going to be playing on his album a little bit too, and he's got a lot of great local guys. So check Brendan's album and Kickstarter out, please.
Now, is that under his name or is
That'll
that
be
his
under
band name?
Brendan Michael Smith.
Brendan
Yep.
Michael Smith, okay.
Yep. What was the question? Oh, he wanted to hear about.
Up and coming artists. And
Yeah, I listened to all music from like before 1960, so
Yeah, same.
it's a tough one
I've
for
been
me.
I've been listening to a lot of '70s cumbia music.
No, that's not true. Actually, who is this? There's this one woman, California gal.
Yeah, I would have to check my iTunes.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the Oracle here.
Riveting television right here.
Yeah, right. Two guys looking at their phones. Two guys in their 30s looking at their phones. Isn't
They're
that
in
awesome?
the future.
Okay, and so my buddy Roy showed me this woman here, Madison Cunningham. She's called. She's cool. She's kind of got like a modern day. No, not modern day. She sounds like '90s Sheryl Crow sort of, but
Okay.
definitely a little more like out there, out on the fringes a little bit. And I like her a lot. I've been listening to her album Revealer. It's a very good album. I like that one a lot. And I also like this girl Grace Ives, who's like really poppy, and I don't know if she's even up and coming. I feel like I don't know, she might be our age or something. Maybe she's younger. Maybe she's not. I don't know. I can't tell. But Grace Ives is really cool, and she's got an album called Janky Star, and it's interesting. I like it. It's just totally different from a lot of the stuff that I listen to. That's more like folky, rootsy. And I like to mix it up with that stuff when I'm not listening to DMX, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can we get some Ludacris tonight?
Come on.
Chris?
Luda.
Chris, can we get some Ludacris tonight?
Easy after a couple more Lions heads.
Yeah, I'm not hip enough to know any
Inside
up and coming artists. So
Let's see. We have Brett asks, asks, JP, you haven't won the Turkey Bowl
Oh, here we go.
MVP.
Here we go with this
We
guy.
all want to know.
Now.
Let's go.
So what do you think it will take physically and mentally to get back to the level needed?
What's it gonna take, JP?
First of all, Brett, I didn't get my Christmas card from you and Joanna yet, so
Well, why weren't you at this year's Turkey Bowl, JP?
well, you know, you get thrown in the drunk tank on Thanksgiving Eve. You're not gonna make the Turkey Bowl. That's just the way it goes. You're sleeping on a bench till 10 a.m. Mom's wondering where you are. And who's gonna make the cranberry sauce?
Well, it better not happen next year. That's all I'm saying.
Brett, I will reclaim the Turkey Bowl MVP. Don't worry. And also, you've been too much of a wuss to show up the last 15 years to it. So there you go. That's it. I'm putting that on. This is my high school bud. So I can talk to him like that. I wouldn't just say this to anybody. But it's time you show up. Okay, I don't care that you live in Colorado. Let's go. Come on. You're from North Pocono.
Yeah, you can fly back to the Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, come on. You can do it.
All right, so we have a couple of live ones. Tom says, "Do you prefer Slipknot self-titled or Iowa?" I mean, this is definitely one for you guys for sure.
I prefer whatever song Eyeless is on.
That is the self-titled.
That's the self-titled. Then I prefer the self-titled.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't listen to Slipknot, so I have no idea.
Really? I would have thought major influence.
You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes, JP.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just glad we can agree on this.
You're welcome.
I'm assuming those are lyrics in one of their songs, yeah.
Tom also asks, "Is he drinking Lion's Head?" Yes, proudly.
Lion's Head.
Lion's Head
This
Ice.
podcast is sponsored by Lion's Head Ice.
It's Lion's Head. No, it's Lion's Head Iche.
Lion's Head Iche. Lion Sheed Iche. 6%
Lion
alcohol
Sheed Iche.
by volume, made in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
That's right.
We need to bring back Stegmeyer Oktoberfest.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
I've been
Mickey
looking
and
for
I
that
will
for
start a
years.
riot if we don't get Steg Oktoberfest.
If anybody can get me
back.
some Stegmeyer Oktoberfest next year, please. Thank you.
He also says, "Shout out Iron Cactus in Austin at South by Southwest." So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ragu says, "What's up, fellas?"
What up, Ragu?
What's up there, Prego? Come on, I
Yes,
couldn't help
I
it.
had to.
Who jumped off the tower?
We both did.
Did you jump off the tower?
Yeah, several times.
We both jumped off the tower. A lot of us North Pocono ladies and gents have jumped off of there.
Oh, yeah.
But I've jumped off the tower 100,000 times. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Definitely way more than Mickey ever has or could ever dream of jumping off.
I don't know, dude. I think your recollection isn't
Oh, here we go.
too
with the
accurate
timeline
there.
again. Did we ever go at the same time and do
Yes.
it? Yeah, really? I don't believe you.
God, we're supposed to be fucking best friends here, dude. Come on.
We are. I just can't remember anything that we do.
And Jim says, "Miss you guys at Barry Garcia Cave."
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Hey, Jim.
And Rob says, Ramblin' Bob says, "Hey, love you guys."
Ramblin' Bob, what's
Love
up?
you, Rambler. What a guy.
The best.
All right, so let's wrap it up a little bit by talking about this
Let's warp it
holiday
up.
show that you got going on.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot of holiday-themed shows, it seems. Halloween, there's, Christmas, New Year's type of thing. Is that just how it works out, or is that your preferred way to spend the holidays? Or
It's just how it works out.
yeah,
Nobody prefers to be away from home.
I was
for
gonna
the
say,
holidays.
is it just that everybody's in the same similar place?
It just seems like a good idea.
Those are times when everybody wants to celebrate,
Yeah, and especially for
Okay.
more hometown shows.
Yeah. Yeah, usually when we've done Halloween, Thanksgiving, before Christmas or New Year's, they're all from Stroudsburg to Philly, basically.
Right.
And everywhere in between. But so we're not going super far away. We're not playing in Arizona or something for one of those We want to be somewhat close to home.
Yeah.
Maybe we've done one in New York or Vermont or something, maybe once, but
Yeah.
I think they've all been pretty darn close. Yeah, we did a New York City Halloween one, I think.
Okay.
Which also not terribly far away. But that's probably the farthest away we've ever done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just works out that way. And it's like, yeah, come on, it's Thanksgiving Eve, everybody's home or everybody's ready to go out and have some fun on those nights.
Yeah.
And Halloween, obviously, is just...
Yeah. And then this year, New Year's, I mean, big party night, obviously. So we were like, man, let's throw a hometown New Year's party.
Which we're very excited about, big time excited about New Year's.
I was gonna say, so it's been a few years since you guys have done the Kirby Center show.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how many years did you guys do it before that?
Well, we did a couple of the chandelier.
Yeah, we did the
lobby
chandelier
series.
lobby.
Right.
And then we did.
And then we did one or two in the actual theater. Just
Yeah.
one?
Just,
I think
or
one.
I think we did once, but was it 2 nights?
It was 2 nights.
It was 2 nights we did, yeah. Actually, hold on.
Oh, here we go. Cell phone America.
Well, Bobby Kelchner has all the posters, and he sent me a picture. Hold on. So we did. There's no year there. That's a little blurry.
You can get your glasses out for
December
your old
19th and 20th.
2017.
Yeah. So that was the chandelier lobby. Chandelier lobby in 2015. The 18th and 19th chandelier lobby. Yeah, there's no year on that one. Oh, 2014. Sorry.
You're cracking me up right now.
The poster's next to my computer in my office.
Oh, really?
It's 2017.
So.
I love, this is me being Mickey. Yeah. 18 and a 19 in there. It looks.
Dude, I'm getting old, man.
Come on now. That dog won't hunt. Nick.
I told you never say that
I
again.
know, that's why I had to say it again.
So I want to say that 2014 was maybe the first one.
I think so.
Okay.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And then we took a break from those for a couple of years, and is this the first one back in a while?
Yeah,
Yeah.
since the last one.
Yeah.
No doubt, since the last one, right?
For sure.
Well, yeah. Well, you hooked up with AJ Jump, who's doing the booking there, right?
Mhm.
No?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so AJ started taking over the booking of that place, and him and I have been buds for a while. Played a lot of music together.
Yeah.
And we just kind of got in each other's ears about it and said, yeah, this makes sense. Let's get Cabinet back at the Kirby and do it. And we're pumped. I mean, we love playing in Northeast Pennsylvania so much,
Yeah.
and particularly at the Kirby. It's just such a great, awesome spot. It's
Yeah.
comfy, and then like you got downtown there after the show's over. It's pretty easy to just get around or hang somewhere near.
Yeah. And we're actually rehearsing this year. Yeah. Yeah.
Madness.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I hear might be why you guys are here tonight.
Yeah. That's right. We rehearsed today. We're rehearsing tomorrow. We're actually rehearsing. It's a good thing. Yeah. No, it's gonna be fun.
What has been special about these holiday shows? Now, is this one is this the theater or is this in the lobby?
In the theater.
The theater.
In the theater, okay.
Yeah. It's just the hometown thing and
Yeah, and well, and also we didn't do like any holiday shows this year at all. Besides
Right.
this one. This is the one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah. We're combining all of them into one.
Yes, when our powers combine.
Yes.
We
will make one
cabinetize.
mega holiday show.
One mega cupboard.
A whole wall of cabinets.
Yeah, but no, that's what's special about it is bringing it hometown. Like we haven't played Wilkes-Barre in like a year or two.
Well, we played down at the river.
That's what I mean. But that was last year or the year before.
I don't know. My timelines are all messed up.
That was
Yeah, it's 2 years ago. So like we haven't
That was last month, right?
played in Wilkes-Barre in a long time, or in Scranton for that matter. So it's like, yeah, it's just time to get home and give our hometown fans some love, and get some of our buds from out of town to come in and share that love too.
Yeah. Flight to Scranton. It's not that expensive, guys. Come on.
It's not.
Oh, and Miz is going to be there, who we, played with at the beginning days.
Yep. Yep. Mike is. Should ask him if he likes his trajectory too. Mike is doing great though. Mike will be opening the show for us with his band. He's been down in Nashville for the last few years. He's just crushing it down there, and we're super excited to have him. And, don't be surprised if you see him mixing it up with us a little bit. That night.
Nice.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to tell anyone.
We're not even practicing. Who cares?
So let's see. The New Year's Eve show is, of course, Sunday, December 31st at the FM Kirby Center.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you get there for 8:30 is when Mike Miz and the Northeast Extension goes
Or get
on.
some VIP tickets and come even earlier, and we're gonna be playing some like a nice little VIP set for an hour. Well, not even playing a VIP set. We're gonna have music going, and we're just gonna be kind of hanging out with anybody who wants to have a cocktail hour with us and kind of just.
Yeah, our friend Dirk will be playing some classical.
Yeah,
guitar.
Dirk will be playing some classical stuff. Yeah. Hopefully, a Christmas song or two sprinkled in there.
Yeah,
we'll just be hanging in the lobby, having some fun.
Now, what time should people get there for that then?
That's that's 5. It's like 5 to 6 or 5:30 to 6:30. I don't know exactly.
It's earlier. It's before.
I think it's 5
doors,
to 6.
I think, but.
Okay.
Or.
I don't know. When you buy the ticket, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Tickets are.
So tell these guys.
Yeah, tell us. Let us know, please.
Yeah.
They're $35 in advance for the general regular tickets. They're on sale now at kirbycenter.org.
Yes. Thank you for that, Rich.
And NEPA Scene will be there as well.
Nice.
We'll be hanging out.
Oh, great.
Hope we'll have a little the Kirby, so we could have a little vendor table. So
you're not bringing Jason though,
got some
are you?
T-shirts.
Are you bringing Jason?
Yeah, leave the producer at home.
Yeah, I was hoping to not discuss that on the air.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we'll wait till we'll talk about that.
We had a kerfuffle last year.
Kerfuffle.
When it comes to kerfuffles, this guy is the king.
I know.
Leave me out of that.
You and I have never had a kerfuffle.
Oh.
No, I was talking to Mickey.
Yeah,
we've
no.
had
Oh.
kerfuffles.
I don't have kerfuffles.
Yeah.
I try not to have kerfuffles.
Yeah.
Kerfuffle.
I invite a kerfuffle. I invite a random
kerfuffle.
Yeah, a little kerfuffle every once in a while is good. I just love the word kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next song.
Yeah.
Kerfuffle.
There you
You
go.
gotta be careful with the kerfuffle.
Oh, man.
It's just trying to find something that rhymes with kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Shuffle. Kerfuffle shuffle.
You gotta be careful if you have a kerfuffle with a snuffleupagus.
I was thinking that.
That's right.
Here
but
we
it
go.
doesn't rhyme, but it's there.
All right.
It works.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks, guys. It was nice. It was nice being here.
Yeah, it's been a really careful kerfuffle.
Dennis says, "Hey guys, back in 2010, played in the Square. Awesome little show. You guys
Kennett Square?
sing
No, this
Naive
Wilkes-Barre.
Love Affair by the
Oh.
Talking Heads.
Yeah,
I was
Naive
just
Melody.
wondering, that
Oh,
was Mickey, if that was you doing the vocals?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Good memory.
Wow, geez, yeah, we used to play the farmers markets there
Mm-hmm.
in the square. Yeah.
It's interesting what people remember. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, we'll have to add it to the rehearsal list
There
that
you
we're
go.
not rehearsing
Still
for.
don't know what you're talking
There you
about. Yeah.
And Benjamin says the last New Year's Eve run in Wilpo was a blast.
Nice. Yes, it was. We had a great time there. Bill Town.
And we appreciate all you guys tuning in tonight and keeping the stream live with people. If you enjoy the interview, enjoyed the show tonight, make sure you like, comment, all that good stuff to please the algorithm gods and push this up so that we can promote this. We want to pack this place. We want to make sure this thing sells out. So
Yeah, let's do it.
We have put the information up one more time. Cabinet's New Year's Eve holiday show will be held on Sunday, December 31st, the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre. Music begins at 8:30 with Mike Miz and the Northeast Extension. Tickets are $35 in advance. They're on sale now at kirbycenter.org. We hope to see you there. Anything else you guys want to add?
I think you covered all of it there,
Yeah.
Rich.
Other than we'll all be naked on New Year's Eve. So yeah, obviously you're gonna want to be there.
This is why we don't rehearse.
We rehearse naked, actually.
I've held Jason back long enough. Anything else you want to add to the conversation?
No, I'm good. I'm going to be purchasing a microphone though. No camera. I will not appear on camera.
Now, thanks everybody for tuning in.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
appreciate it. And thank you, Rich, for having us.
Yes.
And Jason.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you,
course.
Rich.
Thanks for stopping by
Yeah, man.
during your non-practice.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Stay classy, Scranton.
Yeah. See you on New Year's.
Scran Diego.
Diego.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.